Hi students, today we are going to study progressions. Progressions in generally starts with natural numbers, later it extends to real numbers and complex numbers. So before going to study progressions, we will study about what is a sequence and series. See, already we know that the set of natural numbers, from that set of natural numbers here I am taking some set of numbers. Here in this first set of numbers, the second number, third number, when we observe these numbers, it is easy to say that what is the next number. Here first number, here I am having first number 3 and second number is 5 and third number is 7. So we can easily say that the fourth number is 9. So how we say that the fourth number is 9? Here the first number 3 and second number 5. So second number is obtained by adding 2 to the first number. And similarly here third number is obtained by adding 2 to the second number. So in this set of numbers they are following some pattern. In second example, here the first number is 2, second number is 4, third number is 8. Here second number 4 is obtained by multiplying the first number with 2. Third number 8 is obtained by multiplying second number with 2. And fourth number 16 is obtained by multiplying third number with 2. So here also these set of numbers follows some pattern. So in third example, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. There is no particular pattern, but these are all belonging to the prime numbers. So therefore, here from these examples, we will conclude that the set of numbers which follows a pattern or some rule is called a sequence. So here how we define sequence? The set of numbers which follows a pattern or rule is called a sequence. In generally in mathematical definitions, sequence is defined as it is a function whose domain is set of natural numbers or real numbers. So here 3, 5, 7 and so on is a sequence. In this sequence, here what is the pattern? It follows every number, next number is obtained by adding 2 to its preceding number. And here 2, 4, 8, this follows the pattern, every next number is obtained by multiplying the preceding term with 2. And here what is the pattern? Here 2, 3, 5, 7, there is no particular pattern, but here 2, 3, 5, 7 and so on. These are represents prime numbers belonging to one set of numbers. So this is called a sequence of prime numbers. Therefore, in a sequence, the various numbers occurring are called as terms of the sequence. They are denoted by T1, T2, T3 and so on Tn, or we can also represented by A1, A2, A3 and so on an. Here the subscripts 1, 2, 3 and n, these are represents the position of the term. Here T2 means here the position of the term is second position, T3 third position, C means third term. Here Tn, here the position is nth, so therefore this is nth term. So these are subscripts represents the position of the terms. So for the sequence 3, 5, 7 and so on, here every next number, every term is obtained by adding 2 to the preceding term. So therefore here 3 can be written as 2 plus 1, which is nothing but 2 into 1 plus 1, and 5 can be written as 4 plus 1, this is nothing but 2 into 2 plus 1, and 7 can be written as 6 plus 1, this is nothing but 2 into 3 plus 1. So from this, what is the nth term of this sequence? So nth term, nth term of sequence 3, 5, 7 and so on is, here it is in the form of 2 into some n plus 1 form. So is 2n plus 1, where n belongs to set of natural numbers. So therefore here the nth term of the sequence is also called general term of the sequence. So nth term of sequence is also called as general term of the sequence. So in sequence 3, 5, 7, how we represent a sequence? By writing few terms of the sequence till we get a proper pattern or rule. So here 3, 5, 7 we can represent like this, or we can also represent sequence by writing its nth term. So here the nth term of sequence is also called general term of the sequence. Here the nth term is Tn is equal to 2n plus 1. Now we will see, based on the number of terms in the sequence, we will classify sequence into two types. So what are the types of sequences? Types of sequences. There are two types of sequences: finite sequence, infinite sequence. What is a finite sequence? If the number of terms in a sequence are finite, which is nothing but countable, then it is called finite sequence. If the number of terms in a sequence are finite, then it is called finite sequence. Here the example is 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on 20. Here the number of terms are countable. So therefore it is finite sequence. If the number of terms are infinite, means uncountable, then it is called infinite sequence. If the number of terms in a sequence are uncountable, that is infinite, then it is called infinite sequence. So, example is 3, 5, 7 and so on. So, this is infinite sequence. Here 3 terms are there, often we keep 3 dots. These 3 dots represents the continuity of the sequence terms. Now, we will see what is the series. Adding or subtracting of terms of the sequence is called series. Adding or subtracting the terms of sequence is called the series. If A1, A2, A3 and so on, An is a sequence, then added or subtraction of the terms of the sequence is called series. So, therefore, A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus and so on plus An is a series, or A1 minus A2 minus A3 and so on minus An is also a series. So, here series is often represented by sigma. So, we can represent the series A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus and so on plus An can be written as sigma I is equal to 1 to n A I. Here I represents 1 to n set of natural numbers. Here the series also again 2 types. There are 2 types of series. One is finite series and another one is infinite series. What is a finite series? If the number of terms in the sequence series is finite, then it is called finite series. The number of terms in series is infinite, then it is called infinite series. So, we will see the example. If 2 comma 3, 4 and so on is a sequence, then 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus and so on is a series. And here the terms are infinite. So, therefore, it is infinite series. Here I am taking some sequences 3, 5, 7, 2, 4, 8, 16, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 and so on. In this first sequence, here every term is obtained by adding 2 to the preceding term. In second sequence, every term is obtained by multiplying with 2 with the preceding term. And here third one, there is no particular pattern. So, therefore, here from these sequences, some sequences are follows some pattern and some sequences they may not be follows any pattern. So, therefore, the sequences which follows a certain or a particular rule, then these are called progressions. Now, we will see the definition of progression. Sequences in which the terms follows a certain pattern or rule are called progressions. In this sequence 3, 5, 7, every term is obtained by adding 2 to its preceding term. So, there is some certain pattern rule is there. And here take another example 2, 4, 8, 16 and so on. Here also every term is obtained by multiplying its preceding term by 2. So, therefore, these two are also examples of progressions. Let us consider another one 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 and so on. Here these are sequences of prime numbers. Here there is no a certain or particular pattern is followed. So, therefore, this is not a progression. So, first one is progression. And second one is also is a progression, and third one is not a progression. Third one is not a progression. Hence, we say that every progression is a sequence, but every sequence need not be a progression. Now, here based on the pattern followed by sequences, we will define these progressions into different types. So, what are the types of progressions? So, here first one is arithmetic progression. It is denoted as AP, and second one is geometric progression. Denoted by GP, and third one is harmonic progression. Denoted by HP, and fourth one is arithmetico geometric progression. Denoted by AGP, can be written as AGP. Now, in this session, we will discuss about arithmetic progression for the set of real numbers. In this arithmetic progression, we will learn about the general form of arithmetic progression and the nth term of the arithmetic progression and sum of n terms of the arithmetic progression and its applications, arithmetic mean and its applications. Now, consider a sequence 3, 6, 9, 12. Here in this sequence, the terms are followed by a pattern, that is the next second term is obtained by adding 3 to the first term, and third term is obtained by adding 3 to the second term, and fourth term is obtained by adding 3 to the third term. So, we can easily say that what is the next term. Here fifth term is obtained by adding 3 to the fourth term. So, here from this what we observed here, the sequence follows a pattern which is nothing but here every term is obtained by adding a fixed number to the preceding term. So, look at here 21, 18, 15. So, here what is the, here minus 3 is added to 21, we get 18, and again minus 3 is added to 18, we get 15. Means here the terms of the sequence are decreased by a fixed number 3. Here the terms of the sequence are increased by a fixed number 3. So, from these two examples, these are progressions. So, from this we conclude that the terms of the sequence are either increased or decreased by a fixed number then it is called arithmetic progression. Now, from these earlier examples, we define arithmetic progression as a sequence whose terms are increased or decreased by a fixed number is called arithmetic progression. It can be written as AP. Here the fixed number is called a common difference. It's called as a common difference and is denoted by small alphabet D. So, in other words, how we can define arithmetic progression? A sequence in which the difference between any two consecutive terms is constant or fixed number, then it is called an arithmetic progression. So, in arithmetic progression, the first term of AP is represented by small alphabet A, and here the common difference is denoted by small alphabet D. Now, for any sequence A1, A2, A3 and so on, AN is said to be in AP. If it is said to be in AP, what is the condition? The difference between any two consecutive terms should be equal to a fixed number. So, therefore, here A2 minus A1 is equal to, and A3 minus A2 is equal to, and so on is equal to AN minus AN minus 1 is equal to a fixed number. Here the fixed number is called as common difference D. So, D. Here the first term A1, in general it is denoted by small a, and common difference D is equal to A2 minus A1, the difference between second term and first term. Now, we will see, suppose a sequence root 2, root 8 and root 18 and so on is in AP. So, here given sequence is root 2, root 8, root 18. So, root 2 first one, root 8 is nothing but 4 2s are, see it is nothing but 2 root 2, and root 18, 9 2s are 18, the root of 9 is 3, so this is nothing but 3 root 2 and so on. So, here first term it is denoted by A1 and this is A2 and this is A3. Now, we will see the difference between any two consecutive terms. So, A2 minus A1, A2 2 root 2 minus root 2 which is equal to root 2, A3 minus A2, this is also equal to 3 root 2 minus 2 root 2, here the difference is root 2. So, therefore, the difference between any two consecutive terms is equal to a constant number root 2. Therefore, root 2, root 8, root 18 is a AP. Therefore, root 2, root 8, root 18 forms and so on is in AP. Let us consider one more example. So, take 5, 3, 1, minus 1 and so on is in AP. So, here first term A1 is equal to 5 and second term A2 is equal to 3 and third term A3 is equal to 1. Actually, to say that whether the given sequence is in AP or not, we must have minimum 3 terms. So, here the difference between first two terms A2 minus A1, 3 minus 5 which is equal to minus 2, A3 minus A2, 1 minus 3 which is equal to minus 2. So, therefore, here the difference between any two consecutive terms is again a fixed number minus 2. Therefore, this sequence is in AP. Therefore, 5, 3, 1, minus 1 and so on is in arithmetic progression. Now, we will see what is the general form of AP. Suppose if the first term of AP is A and common difference is D, then how we obtain the general form? In arithmetic progression, we know that every next term is obtained by adding the common difference to the preceding term. So, here the first term is given, first term, it is denoted by T1 or A1, A1 is equal to, here it is given first term A and second term T2 is equal to or A2 is equal to. Here second term is obtained by adding common difference to the first term. So, it is nothing but A1 plus D. Here what is A1? A. So, A plus D. Then what is the third term? Third term means A3. A3 is equal to A3, third term is obtained by adding common difference D to the second term. So, A2 plus D. We have A2 is equal to A plus D. So, A plus D plus D which is equal to A plus 2D. In similar way, we will get all the terms. So, therefore, if in any sequence, if the first term is A and common difference D is D, then the AP is in the form of A plus D, A plus 2D and so on. So, this is called the general form of AP. So, here we will take one example. If the first term of an AP is 3 and common difference is D is equal to 4, then write next 3 terms of AP. This question also they can ask as describe the AP also. So, here first term is given. In AP, first term is denoted by A which is given 3 and common difference is given d is equal to 4. Now we describe the AP. So here first term, then what is the second term? Second term A2 is equal to A plus D. A is 3, D is 4, 3 plus 4, 7. And third term A3 is equal to A2 plus D. A2 is equal to 7 plus D4, which is equal to 11. Then fourth term A4 is equal to A3 plus D, which is equal to 11 plus 4, 15. Therefore, the next three terms are 7, 11, 15. Therefore, the required AP is 3, 7, 11, 15. Now we will see the classification of AP. For any AP, the common difference is if D is common difference of AP, then if common difference D is greater than 0, that is D is positive, then the arithmetic progression is called increasing arithmetic progression. Then it is called increasing arithmetic progression. Example 3, 5, 7 and so on. Here common difference D is equal to 5 minus 3, which is equal to 2, greater than 0. Therefore, it is increasing AP. Increasing AP is called divergent. And take one more example. 5, 3, 1, minus 1 and so on. Here the common difference D is equal to 3 minus 5, which is equal to minus 2. So, negative less than 0. So, if common difference D is less than 0, that is negative, then AP is called decreasing arithmetic progression. Decreasing arithmetic progression. And take one more example, 5, 5, 5 and so on. Here what is the common difference? Is this is in AP? Yes, this is in AP. Here 5, the next number is also 5. It means that the next number is obtained by adding 0 to the preceding term. Here third term is also 5, means it is obtained by adding 0 to the preceding term. So, therefore, it is also said to be in arithmetic progression with common difference D is equal to 0. Therefore, any arithmetic progression whose common difference D is equal to 0 is called constant arithmetic progression. So, therefore, here 5, 5, 5 and so on. is called constant arithmetic progression. Therefore, here if the common difference of any AP is 0, then it is called constant arithmetic progression. Now we will find out the nth term of AP. If the first term is A1 is equal to A, and common difference is D, then the arithmetic progression is second term. So first we will write first term. First term is A1 is equal to A. What is arithmetic progression? The terms of the arithmetic progression are obtained by adding a fixed number to the preceding term. So here the first term A1 is equal to A. Then what is the second term? It is obtained by adding common difference D to the first term. So second term A2 is equal to A plus D. Then third term A3 is equal to here A2 plus common difference D, which is equal to A plus D, which is equal to A plus 2D. So here from this what we observed here, first term here A and second term A plus D, third term A plus 2D. Here the multiple of 2 is, here multiple of D is 2, which is 1 less than 3. And here in second term the multiple of D is 1, which is 1 less than 2. So we can write here A is equal to, can we write A is equal to A plus 0 into D? Can we write A plus, this is 1 into D, and this is A plus 2D. Here A plus 0, can we write 0 as 1 minus 1? And A plus, can we write 1 is equal to 2 minus 1 into D? And here A plus 3 minus 1 into D. So from this we observe that nth term of AP, AN, is equal to A plus, here for third term A plus 3 minus 1 into D. For second term it can be written as A plus 2 minus 1 into D. For first term it can be written as A plus 1 minus 1 into D. In the same pattern we will write AN is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. So this is called nth term of the AP. Therefore for any AP, if first term is A and common difference is D, then nth term AN is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. Here we have 4 variables AN, A, N, D. So to find out any one of these variables, we must require 3 variable values. So based on this, how the questions will be given? So AN, A, D will be given. We require to find out N number of terms, and sometimes they will give first term and common difference and number of terms. Then we will find out the nth term. Sometimes they will give number of terms, common difference, and nth term. We will find out the first term. Now, so in an AP, if the first term is A, common difference is D, then nth term Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. We can also written as Tn as An. Therefore, from this, what is the third term? Third term A3 is equal to A plus 3 minus 1 into D, which is equal to A plus 2D. What is the fifth term? A5. Replace n by 5, then A plus 5 minus 1 into D. So, which is equal to A plus 4D. So, from this we observe that here the multiple of 2 is 1 less than the position of the term. So, therefore, similarly we can write ninth term, directly we can write ninth term is equal to A plus, here 1 less than 9, 8. So, 8D. 8D. And what is the 15th term? 15th term A15 is equal to A plus 1 less than 15 means 14D. Now we will see some more example problems based on this formula. An is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. Find 10th term of AP 3, 6, 9 and so on. Here already it is given that this given sequence is in AP, no need to check whether it is in AP or not. So, directly we will write given AP, given AP 3, 6, 9 and so on. Here the first term A is equal to 3 and common difference D is equal to difference between second term and first term 6 minus 3, which is equal to 3. Now, number of terms. Here we require to find out 10th term. So, number of terms n is equal to 10. Therefore, 10th term A10 is equal to, we require to find. So, we have nth term An is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. So, here A10 is equal to, n is replaced by 10, the first term is given 3 plus 10 minus 1 into common difference is 3. So, which is equal to 3 plus 10 minus 1 9 into 3, 9 3s are 27 plus 3 30. So, therefore, the 10th term is 30. Second example, in given AP 3, 5, 7 and so on, which term is 31? Here in this case, we assume that the nth term is 31. So, let nth term An is equal to 31. Here in given AP, first term given AP is 3, 5, 7 and so on. So, therefore, first term A is equal to 3 and common difference D is equal to difference between second term and first term 5 minus 3, which is equal to 2. Therefore, An is equal to 31. So, An nth term of the AP is A plus n minus 1 into D is equal to 31. Here we have A and D. By substituting corresponding values of A and D, 3 plus n minus 1 into 2 is equal to 31. By taking 3 on right transposition, so 2 into n minus 1 is equal to, by right transposition of plus 3 will becomes minus 3. So 31 minus 3. So 2 into n minus 1 is equal to 31 minus 3, 28. Then n minus 1 is equal to, again by right transposition of 2, here it is multiplied with n minus 1. So in other side it divides. So 28 by 2. 2 cancel 14 times. So n minus 1 is equal to 14. By taking minus 1 on right side, n is equal to 14 plus 1, 15. Therefore, 15th term is 31. Now we will see example 3. Here check whether 301 is a term of given AP. Means we have to check whether 301 exists in this sequence or not. So let us assume that 301 is the nth term. So let nth term be 301, which implies an is equal to 301. Here given AP is 5, 11, 17, 23 and so on. So from this given AP, here what is the first term? First term small a is equal to 5 and common difference D is equal to A2 minus A1, which is equal to 11 minus 5, which is equal to 6. Here given nth term an is equal to 301. What is the nth term of AP? A plus n minus 1 into D is equal to 301. We have A and D values. What is A? 5 plus n minus 1 into, what is D? 6 is equal to 301. Now by right transposition of 5, 6 into n minus 1 is equal to, here it becomes minus 5. So 301 minus 5. So 6 into n minus 1 is equal to, so therefore n minus 1 is equal to, again by right transposition of 6, here 6 is multiplied with n minus 1, so it divides 296. So therefore 296 by 6. Here 2 3 times cancel, 2 14s are 28, 2 8s are, and here 148 by 3. 4 plus 1 5, 5 plus 8 13. 13 means here 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. Therefore, by divisibility rule, 148 is not exactly divisible by 3. So therefore, it is 148 by 3 is not an integer. Not an integer. So therefore, here n minus 1 is not an integer means n is also not an integer, but which is contradiction to n. Here the number of terms is always a natural number. So therefore, here it is not an integer. Therefore, 301 is not a term of given AP. See, in this example, we require to find out how many 2-digit numbers are divisible by 3. Means here we require to find out the number of terms. Here 2-digit numbers. What is the first 2-digit number which is divisible by 3? The first 2-digit number which is divisible by 3 is 12. Therefore, the first term A is equal to 12 and second 2-digit number is 15, means here the third 2-digit number is 18, means here the common difference is 3, common difference D is equal to 3. And what is the last 2-digit number? Last 2-digit number which is divisible by 3 is 99. So, therefore, the AP is 12, 15, 18 and so on 99. Now, we require to find out how many 2-digit numbers are divisible by 3. We require to find out n value. So, therefore, here last 2-digit number 99 means nth term an is equal to 99. So, what is an? A plus n minus 1 into d is equal to 99. Here the first term is a is equal to 12 plus n minus 1 into common difference d is equal to 3, since it is divisible by 3 is equal to 99. Therefore, 3 into n minus 1 is equal to, by taking 12 on right transposition, it becomes minus 12. So, 99 minus 12. So, 3 into n minus 1 is equal to 87. So, n minus 1 is equal to 87 by 3, which is equal to 29. So, n minus 1 is equal to 29. N minus 1 is equal to 29. N is equal to, by right transposition, 29 plus 1, n is equal to 30. Therefore, the number of 2-digit numbers which are divisible by 3 are 30.